Hi everyone, you have done such a great job till now. You learned how to create resources, how to add these resources to your task, how to do the resource leveling, and how to do the effort driven scheduling. Right now I'm gonna just put an advanced tip for you that definitely you will be able to use it during your project, which is about resource grouping. From now on, aside from this video, I might add some other videos in future, so even if you already registered for this course and then you don't have access to, let's say for example, future videos, then I will post them, I will upload them, and I'll send message to all the students that, okay, for example, I have another advanced tip, you can benefit from that, it is in the resource section or whatever. So let's continue on the resource grouping. I came to the resource sheet to the top left, view, resource sheet, and then here in the resources, as you recall, there was a column which was called group. If you don't see it, you just click here and click on insert column. That's then you will have it. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some categories. So let's say I call some of these resources at category A. So I just click everything and then I say, okay, fill down these, and I put some of these resources as category A, and then I put some other as category. This is just example. I mean, you can have it as the way you want. So the way it works, let's say if you have some subcontractor group A or subcontractor group B, or you have, for example, some of the resources that, let's say they are they have a university degree, and then you want to just make a separation between these groups from those that, for example, don't have, for example, university. Or let's say if they are they hold PhDs, or for those who have bachelor, then you can categorize those resources and put a category here. But anyway, I just put group A and B here, and then they are all in different categories, and I leave the rest the same, the rest blank, so I don't assign any group to this. But let's see what is the usage. For example, if I go to the Gantt chart view, and if I right click on my column, I put insert column, yep, and then here I put resource, and you see the resource group pops up. I put resource group, and there you go. You see that the steel task has the it uses just the resources that are in group A, but the building path is using the resources that are in group A and B, and so on. So you have different tasks with different grouping. This is like making a parameter, a category inside your resources that you can use it here for filtering, for highlighting, for grouping something. So it's possible to use different parameter in order to be able to group your resources. That's a great hint. You can use it a lot during the project, not just for resources, for other parameter, for cost here, or even for a task. You can make this grouping and be able to use it. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next video.